Hey YouTube. Alright, so today I got a friend of mine coming over. He's got a drift buster rear plow, and he's having an issue with, he's driving down the road and the plow drifts down. And I called the place that the plow came from, and they all seem to think the same thing, that one of the valves is either gummed up or bad. So today I'm going to show you how to pull out the valves of a rear plow. So we're going to go ahead and take this one apart and get the valves out of them and clean them up and reinstall them and see if we can't fix the problem. So he's on his way right now, and I'm just kind of getting some lights on and stuff, and I'll get back to you in a minute and show you what to do. There, here he comes. Looks like a 04, 05, 04, 03, F350, F250 with a 6 liter in it. So, get to work. The plow we're working on right here. It's a Drift Buster brand, and the issue is in there, so we'll get to work.
I know people are worried about stuff. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we got going on in here. It's just your basic Monarch pump. You got an up and a down, and you know, it could be either one that's giving him issues. But we're thinking it's the down. The C1 valve is on this side. It's got all the adjustments over here, so that's where it is, on this side. So it's real simple. We're just going to pull off this nut here. We're going to take off this coil, and then underneath it is the valve, and we're going to pull the valve out. Yeah, I can smell your brakes now for sure.
Yeah, all of a sudden started smelling it a couple days ago.
So I don't know, one of these times after, we're supposed to get snow this weekend, or this week, so maybe after this, if you want to do, make sure your feet are out from under this in case there was ever any.
That's down.
Alright, so this is your valve right here, and inside is a spring, and when the coil is over the top of this, when you hit down, it energizes this coil, which is basically an electromagnet. It pulls on the spring valve that's inside here and opens it, allowing fluid to go through. And we're thinking that this is dirty. So what I'm gonna do is clean this out with brake clean, and then we're gonna clean the other one out, and then I'm gonna empty the whole pump and just flush it through with some fresh clean oil, and then we're gonna go from there. So let me get it on the bench and get this cleaned out. Okay, so now that the valves are out, I've cleaned them both and basically just sprayed them with just brake clean, spray them in and out, and then blow them out. And what goes on in here is when that magnet energizes, it pulls this valve open. There's a little spring inside here, and it opens up a valve on both of these. So you might get a little gunk underneath this screen, or stuck inside of the spring or whatever, not letting it close all the way, and that's probably the issue why it would drift. So now that they're cleaned out, we're just going to go ahead and reinstall them. And the C1 valve goes in here, closest to the controls. The controls are over here, the bleeders and stuff, so that's where this valve goes in. Can't really put it in any other hole because the holes are different lengths too. So once these are in, I'll tighten them down. Kevin was also saying that he didn't like the up and down lever was opposite for him. So what you can do with that, instead of changing it at the truck, all you got to do is just switch these around, and that switches the up to the down and the down to the up. So that's what we've done. We put them on the opposite sides. I'm just going to tighten this down, fill it back up with fluid because we dumped it all out, and then we're going to see how it works. Oh, you got that going? All right, so now that we got this back together, we're just going to go ahead and fill it up with fluid. It just takes ATF, transmission fluid. And I drained this all out, so it should take I don't know, 2 quarts. Alright, so what we did here is, since the ram is out, you don't want to fill the pump all the way, because if you fill all the pump all the way and then raise the plow, it's going to squirt out and make a mess in there like it already has for whoever owned this last. So what I had Kevin do inside now is turn the ignition on, and he's going to go ahead and raise the plow up. Okay, and then he's going to leave it there. So now This ram is compressed all the way, so that means that all the fluid that's getting pushed out of this is back in here, and now we can fill this up to the top and we won't have any issues of it squirting out on him. Alright, so now that this thing is all the way up, we don't have any issue of this fluid pumping out on us anymore, which is good. You know, because this is a breather, so it'll just squirt out from underneath this cap. It still might a little bit because I kind of filled it up a little bit too high, but like I said, it'll just go in this box, and then there's a weep hole down there, so one of his neighbors has to, or one of his customers has to deal with the cleanup. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. So the valves are done, they're cleaned out, and the fluid is flushed, and we shouldn't have any more issues with this thing creeping down while he's driving. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and please comment, rate, subscribe, and have a great day.